How is everyone doing today? And in this video, we are going to be talking about something pretty important. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you are going to be excited for this because yes, we are going to be seeing that Yinlin is coming in literally less than 3 days. And to be honest, I think that's a little exciting to me personally, just because yes, we get the new character faster. We get to play with the character that a lot of people have been waiting for. So today's video is going to be the things that you should consider before we summon on Yinlin, because there are a couple of units externally that will affect her value on her banner, and also looking at how we're gonna still have Jiyan while she's up. So you have a lot of information this time around that we're probably not gonna get the next time. So I do want to weigh all the options when it comes to summoning on Yinlin or not. But if you look at the notices, we are going to be going forward a week in time when it comes to the version update, and that is going to see that we are going to be getting Yinlin in less than 3 days. And not only that, we'll be seeing Jihnsi and also Changli a week earlier. So there's a lot of really cool things that are coming up in Wuthering Waves, and if you are excited for this type of stuff, make sure to leave a like, comment, sub, all the different type of stuff, and let me know if you're summoning on Yinlin. But to go ahead and start talking about the main thing that we need to talk about, which is Jiyan to start off with. Jiyan right now at the current moment is a very strong main DPS that they usually start off with when it comes to them starting off a game like a gacha game. You want to have a DPS so that everyone has an easier time playing the game and also working around what's happening in the game, so that you can progress faster, progress easier, all that different type of stuff. And looking at Jiyan and how he works at the current moment when it comes to him in the Tower of Adversity, when it comes to him inside the Elusive Realm, or any of the overworld applications like boss fighting or overworld mob grinding, he pretty much has it all for the most part. And not only that, his banner also comes with his best in slot support, which is Mortify, who helps with heavy attacks. And looking at Jiyan, he has quite literally a nasty amount of aspects to his kit that allow him to do so much damage and also deal with a crowd of enemies at once, because when you use his ultimate, he does not only have a multi-hitting dragon, but that dragon, when it's hitting the boss for as many times as it is, all the enemies that are around the boss are getting swept away by the boss and are unable to attack you while you're currently DPSing down the boss. This is very important, because if you don't have them grouped up, they're not all taking damage, and if they're not all grouped up getting swung around into the dragon, well, that means they have the potential to stop your DPS with you having to dodge, with you probably taking straight hits that are going to lower your health by an enormous amount, because especially when you're in the harder portions of the Tower of Adversity, it's a lot harder to deal with these enemies all at once, because a lot of them do like half your health in one hit. So looking at Jiyan, for the most part, he is a pretty strong character at the current moment for what you're able to do in the current end game, and also for all the overworld aspects. He's not only good in overworld farming when it comes to him grouping up all the enemies, but he's also able to help out destroy bosses, destroy Tower of Adversity. Everything is pretty much covered with Jiyan. I cannot wait to see what's going to happen in the next few moments with us having him as a DPS, and especially for what DPS come out in the moment, because maybe we'll get something more single target focused, where maybe they do a little bit better than Jiyan, or maybe even someone better when it comes to crowd control with a stronger pull-in effect. We'll have to wait and see. But of course, talking about the main prize and the main thing everyone wants to look at, which is Yinlin. Now Yinlin, for the most part, a lot of us know that we're going to be looking at a character that is going to be very strong for a long time. And for the most part, if you watch my previous video, which you should see after this one if you haven't already, where we talk about how to get ready for Yinlin and also what she's able to do, Yinlin seems like she's going to be a very great long-term investment. And the really great thing about it is you really don't have to worry about when you're going to get her at the current moment, because when you look at Yinlin and you look at the schedule, you not only have Jiyan right there alongside Yinlin, which is a blessing that not a lot of gacha games give their players a chance to do, especially looking at how usually they would shorten the banner for the other character if we're going to move up. This time they said, we'll let y'all use Jiyan, or we'll let you choose to play Jiyan or Yinlin and see which one you like from there, and then go ahead and summon. So right now, I think out of all, and I mean all the opportunities we're possibly gonna get in the future, this is probably the most generous, with us seeing Jiyan at the same time as Yinlin. So you don't have to choose immediately. You can see which character is going to benefit you a little bit more. And then not only that, you also have the opportunity to wait and maybe see, if you don't want Jiyan, you can still wait on Yinlin and look and wait for the stream for when we see Changli and also Jihnsi. So that's going to be very important when it comes to looking at all the information available to us, and especially making sure that you pick the character that you want the most, because we have zero idea at the current moment how Jihnsi is going to play and how also Changli is going to play. We have no idea of their supports. We have no idea of their DPSs. We don't even know their elements, which they kind of don't show us for the most part. A lot of the things we can infer from the art itself, apparently Kuro has a really good history of making characters that do not look like what they're supposed to be as another element. So how Jihnsi has that white type of palette for her, she's probably not ice, or maybe not even spectral. Maybe she might be lightning or fire. We never know. A lot of really cool things can happen with these characters, and I cannot wait to see more details about them. But looking at Yinlin, going into her kit really quickly, she is a sub DPS with being able to hit enemies off field, but also has the potential to be a main DPS as well, with a lot of her AoE capabilities and a lot of the things that help her increase her own damage and also allow you to make sure that you're doing damage, as I guess you could say you're doing damage on the field with Yinlin because of the marks that do sub DPS with it, and then you doing main damage with Yinlin. Also with her absolutely nasty resonance liberation that she's going to have, which is going to do absolutely enormous amounts of damage to the enemy, which you can pair with a lot of different characters in this game, especially someone like Kuro, so, and Yanwu, which is someone I kind of want to work on in my honest opinion. So if you have the opportunity, or if you already are building Kuro and also Yanwu, then maybe you might want to pick up Yinlin because she does have the outro skill of being able to help out with electro damage and resonance liberation damage, which is going to be really great on them. Of course, having this outro skill with helping electro damage, that is one aspect that she can work on, which is on electro teams. Not only that, you also have a little bit more leeway because she can also work on resonance liberation damage. So someone like Havoc Rover or any of the other characters that really thrive on that bonus are going to absolutely love it. That is going to be that for Yinlin. She's going to be super strong, especially with being able to do damage off field. That's always been a long investment trait in these overworld games that a lot of people really love, because why not have a character that only can do damage on field? Well, you can have a character that can do damage on field but also off field, so you have more time to be able to spend with your on field character doing their damage while Yinlin's doing damage in the background, and then you're swapping back in Yinlin. You have that really nice outro skill as well, which is going to overall help out the team so much. And being able to have this much synergy with maybe having someone like Verena helping out the whole team, Yinlin having sub DPS, and then having your main DPS, maybe someone like Kuro, Yanwu, or whoever else is going to match out with Yinlin. It's going to be a lot of damage being all coupled together. Maybe not all in one burst, but definitely as time goes on, you're going to see a massive increase in damage of what you're doing to the boss. Now, there is one thing we do have to preface really quickly when it comes to Yinlin, which is Kuro and Yinlin's synergy has been a little bit decreased when it comes to the closed beta versus what is going to be in live release, just because of how they changed the intro and outro skills, where now allies lose the buff when they switch out with the outro skills for most of these characters besides Verena, where if the character exits or if the seconds of 14 end up passing by, you lose the buff, which kind of hurts out Kuro with the switch tag that you can do with him with Yinlin, where you can constantly switch back and forth between those two while their moves are happening, and you basically have these two on the screen the whole time while they're both doing an absurd amount of damage. But since that we are losing the buff from Yinlin's outro or whoever else's buff, we are going to see a decrease in synergy for Kuro and Yinlin. I still think they're going to be absolutely fine together. Make sure if you're using Kuro or if you're using Yanwu that you might possibly pick up Yinlin, because she's going to look very, very strong. And like I said, she's going to work on a bunch of different teams that aren't just Electro, and she's going to be a very nice investment character for what we know at the current moment when it comes to her being able to be a nice main DPS, but also the potential to have sub DPS potential, which we all know is very, very strong in these type of games. And then lastly, for the characters that we know nothing about, Changli and Jihnsi as well. These two characters, we don't know their element. We don't know if they're able to support, if they're sub DPS, main DPS, sustain, any of that type of stuff. We have no idea. I would be very excited to have more DPS because I don't know, I think the DPS are just super duper fun in this game, and having more to play with would be really cool. But other than that, that's pretty much it for these two. You have Jiyan, who's a absolutely amazing main DPS that we have at the current moment. Yinlin, who seems to be like a really good long-term investment character, helping out a bunch of different teams and a bunch of different characters that didn't have a crazy amount of support at the current moment. And then we have Changli and Jihnsi, which we have zero idea what they do, but hopefully with the stream that we're going to end up having eventually in the future, maybe it might get moved up because of the patch movement that we did with the week being erased from the patch, that hopefully we get something in that nature really quickly to see what they do. And then you have an opportunity to look at, you know, Yinlin, Jihnsi, and also Changli, and then pick out of the three what we're going to be looking at. Of course, when that live stream happens, I will be covering, so make sure to leave a like, sub, comment, all that different type of stuff. Let me know which unit you're excited to pull on. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end video. See y'all guys in the next one, and peace.